With a thick and plush coat, erect ears, striking blue eyes, a mischievous expression, and wolf-like appearance, Siberian Huskies are dangerously deceptive. To own a Siberian Husky is not merely to acquire a pet, it is to adopt a demanding and specific lifestyle, one that must revolve around the dog's profound and unchangeable needs. The staggering number of Siberian Huskies found in rescue shelters is a testament to the consequences of unprepared ownership, a mismatch between a human's expectation and a dog's deep-seated nature. Imagine running a marathon, not just once, but as your daily hobby. That's the life of a Siberian Husky. These dogs weren't just bred to walk. They were bred to pull sleds across vast frozen landscapes for hours on end, day after day. This history has hardwired an incredible endurance and a deep-seated need for intense physical activity into their very being. A quick 20-minute walk around the block or a short game of fetch in the backyard is barely a warm-up for them. They require long, sustained, and vigorous exercise every single day to be happy and healthy. We're talking about at least an hour or two of running, bike joring, ski joring, or long, strenuous hikes. Without this crucial outlet for their energy, a husky will become bored, anxious, and deeply frustrated. This pent-up energy almost always manifests in destructive behaviors like chewing furniture, digging up your garden, or developing neurotic habits. It's not them being bad. It's a cry for the physical and mental stimulation they desperately need. Huskies are the Houdinis of the dog world, possessing a brilliant mind and the athletic prowess to act on their clever ideas. This combination makes them masterful and notorious escape artists. A standard 6-foot fence might seem secure to you, but to a bored husky, it's just a fun new vertical challenge. They are expert jumpers who can clear impressive heights from a standstill, and they are skilled climbers who can use their paws and teeth to find purchase on chain link or wooden fences. If they can't go over it, they'll go under it, digging with surprising speed and determination. They've also been known to learn how to open window latches, screen doors, and even gate handles by simply observing you. If there is a single weak spot in your yard's security, a loose board, a wobbly latch, a small gap, a husky will not only find it, but will patiently and methodically work to exploit it. Deep within the DNA of every Siberian Husky lies the powerful and unwavering instinct of a predator. This isn't a learned behavior. It's a primal urge to chase, catch, and dispatch smaller animals. Your neighbor's cat strolling through the yard, a squirrel scurrying up a tree, rabbits, raccoons, and even smaller dogs can trigger this prey drive in a split second. It's a switch that flips, and once it does, their focus becomes absolute. This is not something you can reliably train out of them. It's a fundamental part of who they are. Because of this, allowing a husky to be off-leash in any unfenced or unsecured area is a significant risk. Even the most well-behaved husky can ignore a recall command when their instincts take over. This makes them a challenging breed to integrate into a home with cats or other small pets, as it requires constant management and vigilance. Tied directly to their history as long-distance sled dogs, huskies possess a deep-seated desire to run and explore. When they get an opportunity to escape, they don't just wander around the front yard and sniff the bushes. They run, and they run with purpose and for miles, often without looking back. This isn't because they don't love you or their home, it's because their instincts are screaming at them to explore the great wide open, to see what's over the next hill and the one after that. They can cover an astonishing amount of ground in a very short time, making them incredibly difficult to find if they ever get loose. Their sense of direction back home is often overridden by their powerful urge to just keep going, which is why so many lost huskies end up in shelters far from where they live. Huskies don't just bark, they communicate with a rich and varied vocabulary, and they have a lot to say about everything. They will howl with a mournful, wolf-like sound, woo-woo in conversation with you, groan when they're comfortable, whine when they want something, and make a whole range of chirps and grumbles to express their every thought and feeling. While many owners find this talkativeness charming and endearing, it can be very loud, persistent, and disruptive. Your neighbors in an apartment or even in the house next door might not appreciate a full-throated howl every time a siren passes by when another dog barks, or simply whenever your husky feels a bit lonely or wants attention. They are not a quiet breed by any stretch of the imagination. Huskies are incredibly smart, but they are also famously stubborn and independent thinkers. They were bred to make their own decisions in harsh Arctic conditions, sometimes even defying their musher's commands if they sense danger. This translates to a modern-day pet that, while perfectly capable of learning commands, won't always choose to obey them. They'll often hear your request, look at you, and perform a quick cost-benefit analysis to decide if it's worth their time. This isn't a sign of low intelligence. It's the sign of a highly intelligent dog who has its own agenda and doesn't have the same innate desire to please that many other breeds do. Training a husky requires immense patience, creativity, and a great sense of humor. You have to convince them that obeying you is a fun and rewarding idea. If you're looking for a loyal canine to protect your home from intruders, you should keep looking. A Siberian Husky is far more likely to greet a burglar with a friendly sniff, a happy woo, and a wagging tail than with a threatening bark. They are generally trusting, curious, and affectionate towards all people, including complete strangers. Their love for people, combined with their inherently non-aggressive nature, makes them wonderful family companions, but absolutely terrible guards. Their wolf-like appearance might be a mild deterrent, but their welcoming personality quickly gives the game away. They simply don't possess the suspicion or territorial aggression needed for protection work. Huskies love to dig. It's another deeply ingrained instinctual behavior with multiple purposes. In the wild, they would dig dens to shelter from the elements or to give birth. In your backyard, they might dig to create a cool, comfortable pit to lie in on a hot day, to hunt for moles or other critters they can hear underground, or simply out of sheer boredom. If you take great pride in your perfectly manicured lawn, your prize-winning rose bushes, and your neat vegetable garden, be prepared for a constant and often losing battle against craters, tunnels, and dirt piles. Providing a designated sand-filled digging pit can sometimes help channel this behavior, but many huskies will still see your entire yard as their personal excavation site. Huskies are quintessential pack animals, and they see their human family as their pack. This means they have an innate need to understand the social structure and will constantly test boundaries to figure out their place in the hierarchy. They need a strong, confident, and consistent leader. If the humans in the house are not firm and clear with rules and expectations, a husky may try to take on the alpha role themselves. This can lead to a host of behavioral problems, including resource guarding, of food, toys, or even space, pushiness, and a general refusal to listen. Establishing yourself as a benevolent leader from day one is not about dominance, but about providing the structure and security the dog needs to feel safe and relaxed in its role. A large dog with an even larger engine for energy needs space to move. Confining a Siberian Husky to a small apartment is often a recipe for disaster for both the dog and the owner. Without enough room to move and play, and without the intense daily exercise they require, they will become incredibly stressed. This stress manifests as destructive behavior, chewing walls, ripping up carpets, destroying furniture, and noise. Their tendency to howl and talk is amplified in a small space and can quickly lead to serious complaints from neighbors. Their high energy levels and need for a large, securely fenced yard are simply not compatible with the close quarters and limitations of typical apartment life. That beautiful, thick double coat is a marvel of natural engineering, but it's specifically designed to keep them warm and insulated in brutal Siberian temperatures that can plummet to -75 degrees Fahrenheit. In a hot and humid climate, that same life-saving coat becomes a dangerous liability. The dense undercoat traps heat, making it incredibly difficult for them to cool down. Huskies can overheat very easily, which can quickly lead to heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and in severe cases, death. Even with air conditioning indoors, they require careful management. Walks and exercise must be limited to the coolest parts of the day, like early morning or late at night, and you must always be vigilant for signs of overheating like excessive panting, drooling, and lethargy. As deeply social pack animals, Huskies form incredibly strong, intense bonds with their families, and they genuinely hate being left alone. They are not dogs that do well if their owners work long hours and are gone for most of the day. This profound loneliness can trigger severe separation anxiety. They express this distress in a variety of ways, most commonly through destructive chewing and digging, and persistent, heart-wrenching howling that can go on for hours. They may also pace frantically, drool excessively, or have accidents in the house. They need to be part of the family's daily activities and thrive on companionship. When you add it all up, the relentless need for exercise, the world-class stubbornness, the Houdini-like escape abilities, the powerful prey drive, and the potential for anxiety, it becomes undeniably clear that this is not a breed for a first-time owner or casual dog owner. A Siberian Husky requires an owner who has the time, energy, financial resources, and deep commitment to manage their unique and demanding needs. It's a lifestyle choice, not just the acquisition of a pet. For the right person, an active, patient, and knowledgeable individual with a securely fenced yard and a love for the outdoors, they are intelligent, loving, and incredible companions. But for the unprepared, the experience can quickly become overwhelming, stressful, and heartbreaking for both human and dog.